Good afternoon, my name is Rocío Urrutia and I explain the photocatalytic concrete pavements laboratory investigation of nitric oxide oxidation rate under varied environmental conditions. Within the United States, an estimate that 48 million people live in a highway, railroad, or airport that have four lanes. They are exposed to health problems due to nitric dioxide emissions. The nitric dioxide within in a group of highly reactive oxides of nitrogen, commonly known as nitrogen oxides. The nitric oxide accounts for 95% of these group emissions. This pollution is freely oxidized to nitric dioxide and this is present in the atmosphere. The photocatalytic pavements represent a solution of this problem. When these pavements are exposed to sunlight and in the presence of a low concentration of water molecules, the titanium dioxide present in the pavements generates hydroxyl radicals OH and promote the oxidation of the organic and inorganic pollutions. This result the nitrogen oxides to the nitrate. Materials. Three photocatalytic mortar slabs were used to evaluate this study's objectives. For this study, the research used commercially available cement that contains titanium dioxide and experimental apparatus that is a flow through polyphotoreactor served as the primary component of the experimental apparatus. This is used to control various environmental conditions. In the figure provides a schematic of the photoreactor along with the nitric oxide test gas supply system, UVA light source, and nitrogen oxides by nitric oxide monitor. Results. Influent nitric oxide concentration indicates correlations between inlet nitric oxide concentrations and nitric oxide oxidation rate, with both reactants adsorbed on the surface before a new molecule is formed. The UVA irradiance indicates a positive correlations between UVA irradiance and nitric oxide oxidations. These positive correlations exist because increased UVA irradiance on a photocatalytic surface increases the rate at which electron holes are created. Flow rate. These studies suggest that percent no removal from a specific volume of test gas increases proportionally to the residence time over a photocatalytic surface because more time exists for pollutions and absorb and the oxidized at active sites. The relative humidity indicates a negative correlation between relative humidity and nitric oxide oxidation rate for the mortar slabs. And the conclusions. The conclusions is furthermore significant differences were found by comparison of to other studies. Therefore, if a potential stakeholder is considering use of this technology to mitigate nitrogen oxide emissions, careful preliminary work should be undertaken to both evaluate the environmental conditions for a test site and the properties of a selected photocatalytic material. Thank you.